Let's see how many people show up. Probably nobody at all. Yay. No, not that one. This one. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've lost it. I am overfilled with happiness because the fact I got a well, not really a well-deserved, but a well-needed break, and it feels great to be back. It really does. I needed this break. I am not joking. I needed this break. I really did. I've been needing a break for a while, and the one trip to Charleston kind of helped. But today, being able to do something I wanted to do rather than something that other people wanted me to do, it felt nice. It wasn't the Charleston trip that I had planned. I probably wouldn't even be back by now if it was. But it was a trip, and it felt nice being able to get out of the house for, well, let's see. I left the house about 6, and it's 6 now, so 12 hours. It felt good to be able to get out of the house for that long. So, no copy. You cannot fool me with your false identity. Also, we're going to have to test out the KV2 because apparently they redid something with it. They made it, they buffed it or something. So, I'm probably going to look into that. Oh, you're kidding me. That motherfucker's stream sniping me. I don't know, but I do know that Douglas is stream sniping me like a bitch. Yes, he can't play his own matches, so he's got to be a bitch and stream snipe somebody. I also guess he thought I wouldn't notice, too. After all the rude bullshit that he said about me. Calling me racist because the fact I choose not to sleep with somebody that's not my same color. Really, that is like the most childish bullshit I've ever heard. It's called having a preference. But anyway, we're not getting on old subjects. And I'm not going to let him stream sniping me ruin my day because, you know, that would be him getting a win. But anyway, I did have a lot of fun today. I honestly did. I had a lot of fun today. I didn't figure I would, to be honest. Like, if I'm being honest, I figured I'd be bored. But becoming a volunteer over there at the Railroad Museum like I did made me feel good. And holy crap, I got it. No, wait, hold on. That's a Panzer IV. Never mind. I freaked out thinking it was the Porsche Tiger, and then I read it a little bit better, and I was like, oh, wait, hold on. That's not the Porsche Tiger. That's that other thing. Oh God, I thought I messed up. Now the question is, who reloads faster? I think he does. Yep, I'm screwed. Oh well, he's stuck there, so that doesn't matter no more. Hello, how are you? You know, I wish banning people would also give you the ability to make it to where they couldn't be in matches with you too. Because I would so gladly enable that feature. Might have to look into that and see if that's actually a thing. But, I got there, and this is the funny part, I got to the freaking, I got to the Railroad Museum like 2 hours earlier than I was supposed to. So needless to say, I'm driving around this like town that has absolutely nothing to do for like 2 hours. And this town has absolutely nothing. Like, they had like a little museum, but I'm assuming that it was closed until freaking, that's water. No. Oh, dear God, help me. Wait, hold on. I might be able to help myself. Hold on. Let's see. Nope. I'm making it worse. Okay, just leave the vehicle. Nobody's going to help me, so. I made it worse. Okay, cool. He killed the guy that, hello, Crusader. How are you? And, I know a lot of you were asking me if I was going to add Minecraft to the stuff that I'll play. Yes, I'm planning on it. That is the whole plan. Anything that I bring to the channel, if I enjoy playing it, most likely you'll see me add it to the list of things that we play. So, Minecraft. I didn't very much enjoy anyway, matter of fact, let me go read something right quick. Because I'm gonna fix this issue if this is a thing right now. Of course. Did I spell that wrong? Douglas MacArthur? Okay, whatever. I don't care. As long as the bitch doesn't do it again. If I have to, I'll pause the damn streams. I don't care. You better bet your ass that I'm checking the damn leaderboards too. Because he could have bombed any fucking body else, but he chose to bomb me. Like a bitch, so. But anyway, how are y'all guys doing? How did your days go so far today? Well, that was interesting. For Splat. The Irish Fest, that's a thing. That's a thing. Yeah, I wonder if people would call me Irish if they saw me. I'm the only one. Well, excuse me. Nope, that's untrue. Cats are cute is also not in the squad, so that's nice. Abuse. That's probably the best squadron tag I've ever seen. Abuse. Nice. This thing's actually really nice. Interior's kind of iffy too. Wee. Yeah, this is what I do in my free time. Oh god, I'm making myself dizzy after that train ride. Oh. Don't do that again. That is a definite don't do that again. Best thing about the FWs though is the fact that you can zoom climb the whole time. And if you level it out enough, it will not overheat. Like, I remember the first one, like, never overheating at all. If you knew what you were doing. The FWs are nice planes. It's just I wouldn't call them fighters. They're interceptors, I believe, is what they're actually labeled as. But it's funny to me because you don't really see a lot of them being told about in movies and stuff. Most of the time, all you ever see is like BF 109s and stuff, which is weird. Also, I did want to talk about something with you guys because I know you guys probably read what I posted as well. Also, I'm not going to make this a long stream, so y'all don't have to worry about that. Yes, I did apply to volunteer at the Railroad Museum, which means if they contact me and if they accept me as a volunteer and everything, that means that there's a possibility that there will be weekends where I won't stream on Saturdays. I will head up there, I will help them, and that'll probably be all I do that day. I'll probably help them until closing, which I don't know what time that is for them. So, that is something for you guys to remember. I will be helping them a lot. Alright, pretty boy, come on. Of course, look at the coward. I just screwed myself. Yep. Oh, wow. Okay. Nose down, nose down, nose down, nose down. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You ever knew you screwed yourself, but you kept doing it anyway because it looked cool? Basically what I just did, because it did look cool. But yeah, needless to say, I already knew my toe was infected, but my toe is like severely infected right now. So yeah, that's nice. It's always nice to have an infected toe when trying to do stuff like this. Wait, hold on. Corsair, I'll take care of him if I can. Why is he running? Sir, why are you running? Why are you running? What do you mean, why? Explain, Crusader. Explain your comment. My toes kind of stayed infected. I don't know why. If that's what we're talking about. I cannot tell you exactly why my toe is always infected, but it always is. Oh, great. Oh, great. I'm probably going to be getting off here in a second because I'm going to try and mess with some Minecraft. I don't know how much you guys like Minecraft. Dude, just eat the shells. Dadgummit. Finally! Dear God, it took you long enough. Alright, I'm getting out of here. I'm out of cannon ammo. Flyer, what in the world did you talk to your family about, dude?
We've got to counterattack. Somebody cover me.
Also, I wanted to go on ahead and tell you guys, next week, I've already got it planned on what I'm going to purchase. Uh-oh. But I'm going to purchase all of the DLCs for SnowRunner, so I'll have access to every single one of them. Except for the new one, unless they release it before. And what do you mean you may or may not considered? I'll say this, I think a lot of you need to think about getting SnowRunner. Because I want it to make it, like, I love War Thunder, don't get me wrong, guys, but I'm kind of at, like, a point in War Thunder where I'm getting bored of playing it all the time. I'm getting bored of doing the same thing over and over and over again. I mean, Ado's fun, but it's not something I want to grind all the time. And then you've got stream snipers that'll stream snipe you like crazy in a tank, and they won't think twice about it.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
I mean, I know a few of you guys that aren't muted and stuff. You've done it before just so you could be in a match, and that's different. Yeah, I agree. They need to add to like and make it about 6 players. I think if they added it to 6 players, I think it would be better. Dude, Flyer, you don't need to be trying to harm yourself, buddy. I've been there. It's not worth it, bud. Trust me on that.
Heading to the base. The enemy is winning. We must counterattack.
If it wasn't for, I'll say, the good Lord and you guys, I would have probably ended everything at one point or another. Because there were times, and I will be the first one to admit you, like even before I started streaming, and I don't know how I did it before I started streaming, but after my dad died, it became so stressful and so painful at times that I did think about it. And something, I don't know what, kept me from doing it every time. I don't know if it was the little cricket dude like in Pinocchio in the back of my head telling me not to or what. But I figured out very quickly it wasn't what I wanted to do. And there were thoughts when I first started streaming, and you guys have been there. Yes, KV1 Enjoyer.
The enemy is winning. We must counterattack.
Although I probably won't be playing this for much longer. Not, no, I'm not giving it up or anything. I just gotta find, honestly, guys, if I'm being honest with y'all, I've gotta find a. I gotta find a reason to continue to play the game. Because it's difficult trying to find a reason to play something sometimes. And you guys all know that I've been playing this game for I don't even know how long. It's been the main thing on the channel for and it'll probably continue to be the main thing on the channel, but there are other games that I would like to try. You guys, I already told you guys that American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2 are both coming to console at some point. So that's something I'm looking forward to. This is a bad idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. Oh yeah, this is... Oh, he's got stealth bullets. Yeah, she's screwed. She's hitting the ground. I tried. That's all I can say. But, I have, I've been going over stuff, trying to figure out ways that I could possibly, get, more stuff to do content with, and everything that I've come up with just requires for me to spend more and more money on this. Money that I could be spending on getting other things. Like, you guys know, I've been wanting to get Farming Simulator, the new one, and get all the DLCs for it. I've been wanting to get SnowRunner, all the DLCs for it. This game is good with the premiums and stuff because it does give you the ability to, make content and everything. But at the same time, once you've played it for as long as I have nonstop, it becomes one of those games where when people mention playing it, you're like, do I have to? You just don't want to play it anymore. And that is, unfortunately, that is where I'm at with this game. The sheer mention of it just makes me curl up into a ball and go, no, I don't wanna. It's just that much of a pain to play. Because you can't have really any fun. Fun goes out the window. I'll tell you guys that now. Fun goes out the window with this game. There is no fun. But there is a nice new buff. Wait, what? Now it's a 30-second. Dude, it's always been a 30-second reload. What the world? Okay, you know what? Derpy time. It's time to bring Derpy out. Oh, great. I hate this map. This is like the worst map to play this tank on, too. Alright, well... Let me see. 48... 85, and it still explodes. We'll do this one. It's like a battleship shell or something like that, I know. Boy, people love that M44, I'll tell you. The M44 is like the new KV-2, to be honest. Like, yeah, the KV-2, like, eats shells and all, unlike the M44, but the M44 has a decent reload on it. Hello, Spear. I brought up Derp the Dirt. His name is Derpy McDirtface. That's right, Derpy McDirtface. Also, did anyone else notice, like on the 1940 variant of the KV2, they got rid of like the turret the way it looks and made it more square, but also in doing that, what they also did is they made the front end flatter and it's like easier to penetrate. To add who now to the Discord? You don't add anybody to the Discord. Nobody gets added to the Discord unless I foresee it and I allow it, and that's not happening. As of recent, I've had way too many people that I thought I trusted. Screenshots. Oh, well, screenshots and stuff, you should have it unless I forgot to give you the member thing that allows you to send screenshots and stuff, and we set it up that way. You joined into the death of KV2. That's what you joined into. But as of recent, I've found out that I've got several different people whom I thought were my friends possibly being used to spy on me. So yeah. You're not a green bean? Okay, well, I'll have to fix that then. I have to turn you into a green bean. A lot of you know the Nikolai guy. Well, apparently he still has, I didn't bother to remove them yet. He has somebody in my Discord, several people actually, whom I did not know of, in my Discord spying on me. Like, legitimately spying on me, quote unquote, making sure that I don't do anything stupid again. That was the way he put it. And basically what it is, and this is my opinion, and I don't want anybody to go and blabbermouth or anything, in my opinion, he's trying to control my YouTube channel and control what I say. Or how I say it, more or less. And I don't think that he understands the concept of, if you don't like anything I have to say, there is a lovely button that says leave, and you don't have to watch. And you quite literally don't. Like, I'm not joking with you guys. You don't have to watch. Hey, that was not rude. No, die. That was rude. Bonk. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what happened to the First Amendment? Uh-oh, I hear tank that's not mine. Which, you know, I'm not saying anything bad about it. Whatever, you know. If he gets offended by it, you know, that's fine, but don't try and tell me how to talk on my YouTube channel. Like, okay, this is my point of view, and I don't want, you know, him, if he watches this, thinking that I'm hating on him or anything. You know, it's the aspect of respect, okay? You wouldn't want me coming into your YouTube channel telling you how to run yours. So why do you feel that it's okay to do the same to me? Okay, and it's simple as this. If you disagree with something that I say, there are plenty of people on this platform that agree with what you say. So go find one of those. You don't have to harass somebody that doesn't agree with you. At that point, that's exactly what that becomes. You're harassing somebody. That felt mean. Oh my god, he got vaporized. Hold on a moment. I'm about to be swarmed, and I know it. I foresee it happening in my future. I've been shot in the back! No! No, no, no. I refuse. No, no. You stay. No. You no. No, 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 no. I'm being harassed by AA guns. What is this monster? Dear God, I'm being harassed! The one weakness! The one weakness! The AA guns! No! Stop it. Don't make the derp say no. Derp says... Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Well, Did... What? A bomb? Huh? The two Swedish idiots from the village just killed me. Alright, well, you know what I say to autocannons? Russian bias. Russian bias is the only way. Russian bias is the only way. And not only just Russian bias, premium Russian bias. I can't even get the artillery to fall, but, yeah. But, what was I talking about?
We no longer have the advantage. Attention to the map.
So you bought the SMK and the White Power 34? Yes, I bought, I actually try and buy all the T-34s when they come out. Because I like collecting tanks, and I'm a very big tank collector in this game. Like, most of the tanks that you guys see me buy, like, I'll play them maybe once or twice. If I'm just goofing off like I am right now. Yes, the Discord, yeah. So yeah, I had, but I'll talk about that in a second. I buy them more or less for my own fun. And, like, if I'm goofing around like I am right now, I'll bring them out. But, like, other than that, they're completely useless to me because I don't use them very often. Also, I'm scared of autocannons. Autocannons are scary, people. They're just aggressive. They're just aggressive. I needed to have brought out my own AA gun, but oh my god, my engine! Why? No, that's an airplane! What the fifth? What is that? You've got to be kidding me. The one person that actually uses that thing accurately murders the two crewmen in my tank that could... Oh, no. This is gonna hurt. Wait, no, that's the 50 mil. I'm alive. Maybe if I pretend I'm dead, they won't know I'm alive. Nope, he's coming back. He doesn't like me. Why does he not like me? I'm on fire. Now I'm being hit again. Now my track. Okay, can you just end me already, please? No, he kind of died. That's fine. Premium bias. I'm telling you, it is premium bias. Because any other T-34 would have died by now.
Attention to the map.
But anyway, going back to the Discord, I have had, like, oh, no, I know what I was talking about. I've had numerous people apparently, not only from my Discord, but I've also had people apparently coming into my live streams, and they're telling this guy that, you know, I'm saying this, I'm saying that, and it's like, you know, last time I checked, America's a free country. And he's like, you know, you need to think about what you say, you might offend people. I was aware of what I was saying and who I might offend when I said it. Don't think I'm an idiot that doesn't realize I offend people with what I say, but here's the thing, guys, alright? Here's the thing. If you don't like what I have to say, all you gotta do is click off the thing. You don't have to watch. Or, if it makes you feel better, you could say, I disagree with that, and then leave. You don't have to say anything else. It does not take that much effort to, say I don't enjoy or don't agree with something and then leave. It really honestly does not. It is 4-0, by the way. Welcome to 4-0 Pain. Where the Americans are oddly overpowered and the Russians just have weird tanks. No, you did not. Well, depends on what you call a war. Basically, this guy, I'll kind of put it this way. Basically, this guy, he comes in and apparently he watched, a thing where I was talking about how I had a disagreement with somebody. Now I'm being shot at by airplanes. What next? You know what? Don't answer that. I don't want to know. And I called this guy a sick-minded person because of the fact that he was apparently a femboy. And that wasn't what pissed me off, guys. And this is where I feel like that the miscommunication was. But, he promised that he would leave me alone after that, and he really didn't. But, and, like, I said he was sick-minded because of the fact that he was shoving the femboy propaganda and the LGBTQ propaganda off on two of my viewers, Crusader and I believe M22 was also the other one. He was shoving it off. Oh my God! The Germans showed up! I would have had that, by the way. And, he was sending them all this stuff. And the person that owned the chat that they were talking on, I messaged him first. I said, hey, this guy is shoving off and, pushing his propaganda is what I called it. And, he made the point, and he was right, and I knew that. But he made the point that, if they were uncomfortable with it, they would have left. And he was completely true about that. But the point that I was trying to make is they shouldn't have to feel like that they absolutely have to leave because of the fact of somebody pushing their propaganda. And, I've made this point multiple times, and I will say it again. You want to be gay, you want to be lesbian, you want to be transgender, you want to be a femboy, whatever, furry, anything like that. I don't care. Just don't start pushing it on me and my viewers. That's where we draw the line. Or at least that's where I draw the line for my channel. It's a respectable line. You want to do you. I'm a Christian. I disagree with it. But I've also been told not to judge people. So, do your thing, I can tell you all day that it's a sin, but it's your choice to listen to it. And I don't have time to waste on people who I already know aren't going to listen to me to begin with. So, you do you. But the line that I draw is when you start trying to shove it on me by, propaganda or by constantly posting it. I had one guy when I first started. This guy would post the rainbow flag. Every comment. I'm not even joking. Every comment, he would come in, post the rainbow flag. And I dealt with it for a little bit. And eventually I got to a point where I just started ignoring it. Because I just got, just sick of dealing with it. I just started ignoring it. And, I moved on. I got sick of dealing with it, so I moved on. So, I found one, I was kind of going on my computer and I was looking at comments that I hadn't read yet. And I found one that he posted. I immediately removed it because, I just don't have time to deal with it. I would just remove them whenever he posted them. I got sick of telling him to stop. He just wouldn't stop. Again, propaganda. And, Anyway, going back, I called the guy sick-minded, and this other guy, this random guy who had no affiliation to the guy as far as I know, said that he got pissed off for his friends who were femboys, gay, and transgender and all that. For his friends. Like, if your friend, here's my opinion on that. If your friends have a problem with me, let them come to me. Don't do that, because that would offend me more than somebody talking crap about what I decide to do with my life. Somebody feeling like they have to take the initiative to talk for me. No, you don't do that. Of course. I'm done with this already. I'm gonna leave. I don't care. And that is strictly my point of view. You don't have to stand and he was talking about how he was taking the heat off of them. Dude, if they had a problem with me, they would have came to me. You're being offended for them. That's another thing I don't understand. Yes, I grind every nation. You know, you're being offended for them, and a lot of people I have heard, black people especially, I've heard and I've watched numerous videos where black people don't get pissed off at the things that a racist person would say or something like that. They get pissed off about white people feeling like they have to be offended for them. That's what pisses them off. So I put it into perspective that I feel like the LGBTQ feels the same way. They don't want anybody to feel offended for them because the fact it's their choice to feel offended. You don't need to feel offended for them. If they have an issue, they will come to me and let me know. And no, this is not me trying to start a war. This is just using common sense here. And then the thing that really pissed me off was we made a pact to leave each other alone. Okay, cool. You know, I didn't come after him to begin with. He came after me, so why I had to be a part of the pact, I don't know. But I was. And then the other day, I'm streaming Minecraft. He pops in talking about, I'm mad at you. What did I do now? You said that all women are stupid. Okay, yeah, I might have said that, but the context was left out. Yet again, the people that inform him tell him that I'm saying things, but they fail to tell him the context, which is why, if you're going to spy on somebody, don't leave somebody else to do it. Do it yourself. Which, spying on somebody is just creepy anyway. But what they failed to tell him is that I was talking to a female that was about to turn 30, and I believe she was going through her period. At least that's what me and Duck joked about. You know, that was what me and Demon joked about a lot, was, you know, she's probably going through her period. But we joked about that, and yes, I do grind Israel. I'm at 8-0 in Israel. Hold on, I'll show you. There you go. I might do some 8-0 if you'd like. But he proceeded, the person that told him proceeded to tell him that I was hating on women. What the person that told him failed to tell him is that she kept contradicting me over something that we had an argument about. Well, let me tell the whole story before I go into this. So me and this girl, I will not name because the fact that it's over, and I'm just telling you guys what happened. I don't need to name somebody in order to do so. She comes in, and we're talking about our opinions on the nuclear bombs that were dropped on Japan. I said that I didn't think the Japanese lives were worth any less than the American lives. The way she put it was, well, they calculated it up. And I did look up the numbers and everything. Yes, less people died in the nukings of Japan than in the entire Pacific War. But my opinion still stood that I did not think that one life was equivalent to another. I do not agree with that. Every life is precious. Putting one life ahead of another is wrong, no matter how you look at it. That will be my opinion on that. You know, I'm not getting into the politics on that because I don't want to. But I told her, I said, you know what? Fine. You know, you want to constantly, quote unquote, teach me because apparently I'm stupid. True, Spear. But as I said, one life does not equate to another. So we're in to get there. Back off. But you know, I told her, you know, if you want to teach me, which I don't understand, still don't understand why it was she felt like she needed to teach me. She's not a teacher, but, you know, basically it wasn't her wanting to teach me. It was her wanting to shove her opinions off on me. And I figured that out when she contradicted me once in a live stream on here on War Thunder. And then she did it a second time when we were playing SnowRunner and we were talking about the Civil War. And she was talking about how Italy sending over generals to the Union to help the Union was basic history. No, it's not. It's not taught here in America, and America teaches basic history. You have to dig deep to find that. That's not basic history. All right? That's something you have to dig deep to find, or you have to think of it like, oh, I wonder if any nation helped. Like, you know, sure, why not, Demon? But she got pissed off because the fact I called her out on contradicting everything I was saying, and she proceeded to tell me, and I said that I didn't need to be babied, unlike what people said that I did, or whatever. I can't remember exactly what it was I said, but then she proceeded to get pissed off and said that it was basic history and that I needed to stop being a prick, and also she said stop being a racist redneck. Where in that entire conversation I turned into a racist, I don't know. I was just saying that I think that Abraham Lincoln understood the need for slaves in the South. And to a point, if you think about it, when he made... No offense, she sounds stupid. No, she's a smart lady, but the problem is she tries to shove her opinion off through her facts. And that's what I don't stand for. All right, I have my opinion, you have yours. We don't have to have the same opinion in order to talk to one another. She didn't seem to understand that. And she got pissed off because I wouldn't trade sides to go to her side. So she stopped. I blocked her, and I said, you know what? If she wants to talk to me, she can come over, or she can come in tomorrow, and she can apologize. She comes in the next day. She doesn't apologize. She calls me even more names. I then mute her permanently. She is no longer allowed on this channel. She can watch all she wants, but she can't say anything. And I made the comment because she pissed me off with it. Nice. I made the comment that, you know, women are stupid sometimes. And in that aspect, she was being stupid. Because she got pissed off at me because the fact I didn't agree with her opinion, and that's all it was. I don't care what anyone else says, that's exactly what it was about. She got pissed off that I did not agree with her opinion. Or her supposed basic facts. That was what that was what all that was about. And that she got pissed off of. So, you know, whatever. But sorry, I was scratching my foot. So, you know, I moved on, and then I'm in a Minecraft stream, and here this Nikolai guy comes. I'm mad at you. I'm like, what'd I do now? He's like, you said women are stupid. And I made the comment, I said, in some things they really are. Not all things, but some things, yes. Wow, I detonated. Oh, I got detonated from the side. Front, direct. And, you know, I wasn't saying that women are just stupid, period. It's just, you know, sometimes they act stupid. And they really do. Sometimes women do act really stupid. My mom, the person I love more than any other woman. And I will continue to love her more than any other woman because the fact she's the one that gave birth to me. She's the one that's dealt with me for 20 freaking years. You gotta love her for that. But, you know, she has her stupid moments. But that doesn't make her stupid, period. She has stupid moments just like I do. A guy can have a stupid moment too. There's nothing in any book that says a guy can be less stupid than a woman. Because trust me, if anybody tells you that, they are lying to you. Because there are some stupid dudes out there too. Very, very stupid dudes. Like the kind of stupid that you just can't teach, you know? Yeah, everybody has their stupid moments. And then he proceeded to also bring up... Oh, no, not again. Why am I barrel all the time? Why does it always have to be the barrel? Help me, I'm broken. My barrel fell off. Don't die, please don't die. I would hate for you to die right now. I hear something Russian. This is scary. Is it Russian? But he also came after me. Oh, shart. It is Russian. But he also came after me because apparently, and this is something that I feel like it's a bad idea to push anywhere right now. PZH 2000 on one side, some wheeled Italian vehicle on the other. You know, I just feel like well, let's save that guy, hopefully. Is that the one I should have worried about? Or do I need to worry about another tank? There's a possibility I have to worry about another tank. Let's see. Yep, there's another tank! Please no. I'm alive? What? You know what? I'll take it. I'm not going to ask questions. I'm just going to go on about my business and accept the fact I just killed a T-10M somehow and move on. Radiator on the Weasel. Wait, I shot a child. I just shot a child. So, I mean, does that make me a murderer? I feel like it very much does. I'm aware it can still kill me, but that's what's bothering me. Oh no, my tank teammates behind me died. This is not good. This is not good. I feel surrounded. I'm gonna take a deep breath. I'm gonna not go this way. Hi T-Rex, how are you? Why do I keep making these mistakes? That was side on. I'm a meanie. At least I could say those words. Why do I keep making these mistakes? But he also cool T-Rex. That's a good tank. He also brought up the fact that, and guys, he also, like, I'll tell you guys now, I've saved stuff before that I intended to watch later and I never did. And apparently one of the things that I saved for later was a Zootopia comic. And like I said, I don't watch them. I save it thinking it's one thing, music video, whatever. Something just got shot. What the world was that? That feels dangerous. I feel like I'm in danger. I don't really want to poke out at all. I'm scared. There's a PZH 2000 waiting around this corner. Or something equivalent. Nope. Hello? I told you! I poked out only to get slapped. Oh, dude, I see what he's doing, too. Where's he at? Y'all ain't never gonna see me attempt to track something so hard. Yes, hello gaming.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
No, those are friendlies. We don't want to shoot at those. 8-0. Do you think the Panther A should go back to 5.7? I don't really know, because 5.7 just 5.7 felt balanced to me, to be honest. Like, I had no problem getting through it. I knew it! Come on, gun. He crashed for good. Sucks that I didn't get him shot off, but... Guys, look, I can fold it down. Ain't it cute? Look at it, it just moves all around. Right, what do you mean? Ah! Wow. All I saw was right, and then I turned and saw an ATGM die on my face. But yeah, that's why I don't play 8-0 anymore. I suck at it. But, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do much more of this, because I kind of wanted to play some Minecraft with you guys. But, he proceeded to tell me that apparently there was something in a playlist, going back to what I was talking about, that was quote-unquote inappropriate for some Zootopia stuff. And as I said, you know, guys, I have playlists, but most of the stuff I save, my watch later is filled with stuff that I've put to watch later, and then I never watch it because I forget it's there. I don't go to my watch later playlist, so why I even say that, I don't know. I don't know, Rat. Bye, Spear. Bye, T-Rex. And, you know, apparently they found out that it was something questionable. We'll say questionable for the sake of, you know, YouTube and everything. It was questionable. Yes, you can join the Minecraft thing, because I'm going to get that up and running here in a second. And immediately they thought that I was watching it. You know, they didn't bother to get any context or anything. And guys, let me ask y'all something. All right, how many of y'all have playlists where you will save stuff to watch it later and then you never touch it? I know I do. I'll save crap to watch later like crazy, and then I'll never touch it. You know, I can't even count how many times I've saved things, and then I'll go back into my watch later, and I'll like be just scrolling through it, and I'll be like, oh my god, I forgot I saved that, and let me watch it right quick. and then I'll watch it and remove it, and whatever. So they were trying to pin something on me. This person that was not really supposed to. You know, they weren't supposed to be watching me, and I found out who it was. I won't say who it is because the fact I want them to think that they are still undercover because I think it'll be hilarious. But I did unsubscribe from their channel the other day. Yeah, mine has. Let me tell you how many of mine are on here right quick. Hold on. My watch later has 3,870 watch later things on it. So yeah, I have like a buttload of stuff that I haven't even watched. I don't even remember what first thing was. So yeah, I have a lot that I haven't watched. But the point was, they were trying to get me in trouble for watching something that I forgot I had even saved, thinking that it was a cool comic about Zootopia or a music video with Zootopia. Okay? It pissed me off because of the fact that, again, this Nikolai guy comes in here wanting to question me. Okay? And not only did I delete them, I also went ahead and put all my I went ahead and I put every single one of my personal playlists on private. The only one you guys have access to is my music videos because I don't care. Because that I don't even mess with anymore either. Again, I don't listen to music as much as I used to. I used to listen to it a lot, which once I get my Bluetooth radio and my new speakers put in my truck, that'll change. And you guys might see me start deleting some stuff off of there that I don't listen to anymore. But the point is, why does this guy feel like he has to do this? If he watches this, my question, you don't have them on private. Not all of them. The music playlist, I have a religious one, and then I have my regular one. But I think it's called Southern Wolf's Preferred Music or something like that. That one I don't have private, and then my religious music I don't, because you guys can watch them just as much as I can. But the other ones I didn't either, and I went through and I put all of them to private. I had like one or two that were already in private, but I put these ones in private because it's none of y'all's business to be, because that is how deeply, all right, that is how deeply this person wanted to get me in trouble. He wanted so badly to get me in trouble, he went snooping around in my playlists. Who does that? Please tell me. Who does that? Unless they severely want to get somebody in trouble. Okay, I don't go into Bowtime Gaming's. Well, he doesn't have any. Let's say if a famous YouTuber, I don't know, Mr. Beast. All right, let's say Mr. Beast had some unprivated personal videos of stuff that he watches. And I went in there and I started, oh, what does he watch? That makes me weird, in my opinion. That makes me just a stalker at that point. Why would I want to do that? Why would anybody want to do that? Okay, that's my personal stuff. Okay, I left it unprivated, Mr. Beast. It was an example I was using. But, I left it unprivated because the fact I honestly completely forgot the fact that I had created them. So I went and I privated them. It's none of y'all's business what I decide to watch. Okay, for one, I've talked to you guys about how I feel about that kind of stuff to begin with anyway. It's something that doesn't need to be on the internet, period. Plain and simple. I won't go any further into that. We'll call it the hanky-panky. The hanky-panky doesn't need to be on the internet. It needs to be left in the bedroom. That's my opinion. All right? The hanky-panky doesn't need to be on the corn websites either, but it does anyway, and, sickos watch it. But, again, I don't. Okay, I'm 20 years old. I'm a virgin. I'm happy with myself. Some aspects. I don't like that I'm 342.5 pounds, but that's something I can change, you know? But don't come snooping around in my stuff because the fact you want so desperately to get me in trouble, that makes you look desperate. I'll put it this way, all right? There was a guy named Mr. Mediocre. He's apparently a very big internet troll that came after me because the fact there was a furry forum made about me at one point that I had no idea that it had even been made, and then come to find out later it was actually made in honor of someone else who had mocked my channel, or I had accidentally stole their channel name. I don't know which one it was, and they were on a completely different website. Which actually, if you look up Southern Wolf Gaming, you also find out that I accidentally stole the name of a gaming chair company that's out of business. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, this guy came after me, and he didn't even dig into that stuff. He went interviewing random people, and of course, when I gave him the opportunity to interview my subscribers, he refused to because he knew that they would tell him the truth. That wasn't what he was looking for. But even he had enough respect for me to not go through my playlists. He did a little bit of research on me. He goes, and I don't know, I'm not going to say he admitted failure, but he didn't talk about me anymore, and that part I do respect him for. He said, I don't know, there's something going on there, this guy's weird. Everybody's weird in their own way, dude, so, whatever. But we moved on. And then this guy starts harassing me. And that's all it is. Like, I hate to be mean, but that is all that is harassment. Because my channel isn't hurting you, except maybe hurting your little innocent, so fragile feelings. Okay, let me give you guys a news flash, and this is to anybody that watches my channel, okay? The button that allows you to leave is right there. You don't have to watch it, for one. And if you don't like your feelings getting hurt by something I may say, this is not the channel for you. Because I will most likely say something that you will disagree with and that'll hurt your tiny little innocent feelings, and you won't like it. I've had people that have come that have been in the chat that have said things that have hurt my tiny little innocent feelings. Okay, but I moved on. I either muted them, silenced them, or removed them from the channel so I didn't have to deal with it anymore. But, I just don't understand people, and that's kind of where this conversation is going. I don't understand people that have such a, and it makes you look, honestly, like, what's the word that I'm looking for? That word that basically means that you're like overly attached. He is obsessed with me for some reason. I cannot figure out why. Because if you were not, when that person came to you about that stuff, why would you bother coming to me a second time if we had already made us a promise that we wouldn't come at each other again? Okay? That's the thing that I don't understand, okay? And he's talking about that part of the agreement was that I was going to change how I talk. I'm not changing anything. If I say something that offends you, then move on. Okay, last time I checked, this is a free country. There is a button that you can click that you can leave if you disagree with me. If you choose to stay and listen to what I have to say, that's your choice. I'm not making you. And if he comes at me again, I'm going to report him for harassment. I'm not even joking with y'all. His channel will be reported every video for harassment. Every video that I find him mentioning me in will be reported for harassment. Because that's exactly what it's going to be at that point. Because he's already had 2 strikes where he's come after me. I won't let there be a third one. Okay? You need to leave me alone, and I'll leave you alone. That's how I work. You leave me alone, you disagree with me on something, okay, you leave, you don't come back, we don't have any more issues. But the moment that you start trying to tell me what I can and cannot say on my YouTube channel is where we have an issue. It's my YouTube channel. I created it. I'm the one that's put in the hard work for a year to do what I have done to my channel. No one else has. I didn't ask for anybody's help, with the exception of ZXR, who was going to help me with YouTube videos, and then I kind of backed out of it, and he did too, because I kept on streaming instead, and I'm comfortable with that. But I have done everything on my own. I don't need a manager. I don't need somebody telling me what I can and cannot say, because I don't plan on making any money off of this. If I was planning on making money, it would be a different story, because I would know I could not say certain things because YouTube would demonetize it. But I'm not planning on making money off of it. So what's the issue? Other than your feelings are getting hurt. Whoop-de-doo. It's real life. Your feelings are always going to get hurt. Move on. Get over it. Plain and simple. End of story. But anyway, that's going to be the end of that conversation, and I am going to do this. I'm going to go play some Minecraft. If you would like to join, you're welcome to. We actually have a few worlds. The one that I'm going to go work on, I'm kind of sort of bored, but we're going to keep on going with it. Hello, Nick. You're here late. I'm about to end the stream. But I will be back, guys, with a Minecraft thing. So